Thank you all so much for coming to National Adoption Day. My name's Lauren Reed. I work with Maura Dillon, our adoption program manager, and Celeste Bishop and I have co-chaired the Interagency Committee on Adoption this year. So welcome. We're so glad to be a part of it and to have you all here on this wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and kick it off to Meg Gary with A Better Chance for Our Children. And just a reminder, we'd love to hear from everyone who would like to speak today. Just make sure you come up to the mic so we can hear what you have to say. Thank you. Meg?
All right, good morning, everyone. I am Meg Gary, Executive Director with A Better Chance for Our Children, and we provide foster care, adoption, and post-permanency services throughout the state. And really quickly, I want to highlight our post-permanency services here in Delaware that are provided by A Better Chance for Our Children, Children Families First, and Children's Choice. And I want to highlight one of our programs only because the kids in that program created the very cool artwork that you see back there that is part of our Rec and Respite program. So 2 Saturdays a month, they come together, they have fun, and specifically created art for National Adoption Day for you guys to enjoy this year. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, I just want to make sure that you do, because they're very proud of it and we're very excited about it. So I have the honor of introducing all of our program components today, and we are going to start with a video message from our governor, John Carney.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Governor John Carney. I'm happy to join you again to recognize National Adoption Month and to celebrate the families that have grown through adoption. We're celebrating families who are finalizing their adoptions today and all those who have done so throughout the year. You have created your families in a unique and special way, and you have provided the gifts of unconditional love and a protective home for so many Delaware children. I'd like to thank all of you who have made this commitment to so many young people in need. I also want to thank the permanency workers and family court judges who do this very important work. I know that you take enormous care to protect the children in this process. I also want to give a special shout out to our youth who have experienced foster care and face every day with courage and resiliency. Be assured we support you on this journey. Finally, I hope today's celebration and the stories of your adoptions encourage other families to open their hearts and homes to consider adoption as well. Congratulations and enjoy today's celebration.
We are very lucky in Delaware to have such great support on many levels, and that includes with the Division of Family Services. So I am next going to announce our Director, Trenny Parker.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to see so many friendly faces in the audience today. Glad you were willing to take some time out of your busy schedules. I know that this is a time of year that people sometimes are a little bit busy getting ready for a little holiday we have next week, Thanksgiving. I think a lot of people say, like, why in the world do you have this before Thanksgiving? The week before Thanksgiving, everyone is so busy. But I think it really makes sense to have this celebration at this time. What better thing to be thankful for than the safety of children and the creation of family, which is what we're here to celebrate today. One of the things that I learned many years ago, actually from Governor Carney's wife, the first spouse, Tracy Quillen Carney, is a quote from the Maasai tribe in Africa, which is, "How are the children?" So in that community, in what they do to assess how things are going is ask people, how are the children doing? Because if the children are doing well, guess what? Everyone else is doing well as well. So today we are here to celebrate the children that are doing well. We are here to celebrate the families that are helping these children to do well. The workers, the judges, the attorneys who are all here to build this strong community that we have that helps children to thrive in their communities and to be who they want to be. Meg made some mention about post-adopt services. This is not the first time you're going to hear about this today. It's going to be a consistent theme throughout the day. I do encourage you to take the opportunity to look at the artwork that was created by the youth who attend Rec and Respite. It is a wonderful program For those of you who are growing your families today through adoption, please keep that in mind. Rec and Respite is a wonderful program. I had the opportunity a couple of weeks ago to speak to one of our workers who also happens to be an adoptive parent. She expanded her family and has adopted 4 children, the eldest of which is right on the cusp of being a teenager. So for those of you who have the wonderful joy of spending time with preteens and teens, you know sometimes they're not very interested in engaging. But this young man loves going to Rec and Respite. So I encourage you, look into that, know about the program. Not only is it a benefit for you, but it's a benefit for kids as well. So take the opportunity to learn some more about that. There's some information on the back table. Look into it. It is a great program, as are the other post-adopt services. Again, thank you for being a part of today's celebration. I'm glad to see you all here today. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Meg so we can continue on with the day. So thank you all very much.
Thank you so much, Trenny. We are very proud of our post-permanency services here in Delaware. As we speak to folks who work in other states or our families who move to other states, we recognize how lucky we are to have that support available and to have the state support to provide it. So speaking of support, we are very happy to have a video from Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall-Long, who is usually a very enthusiastic supporter of this day. So we're very happy that she took the time to make this video, and I'll turn it over to her.
Hi, I really love National Adoption Day. Trini and others who are present today, they know this is my favorite day of the year. And I'm so very sorry that I am not there in person, but I'm delighted that I can join you virtually and say thank you to the incredible staff at DYFS, our incredible leaders through our court system, our advocates, and our families. You are making not only today a celebration, but every day when faced with challenges from families and children who are in foster care and across the care system, I say a genuine thank you. I know my staff are present today, but I insisted upon this video because to me, the message is clear that our state of Delaware is best when we take care of our most vulnerable, and our children are at the core of that center. And so today, congratulations to the 2 families that are adopting the children. This has been an incredible journey. The stories are so heartwarming, but the future of our children who are being adopted are so bright. Thanks to those of you giving, and to the court, and to the judges, and to Trini and the team at DYFS. Thank you again for what you do. We know nationally around 108,000 children are adopted, and in Delaware we placed around 61 children with families already, and we know that there's over 500 and some waiting in our communities and foster care. And so Trini's heard me say on my bucket list, one day I'll get to join the ranks of those of you admirable, inspirational, remarkable families who are foster parents. But a deep and sincere congratulations to those who are being adopted today. This is truly a celebratory moment. And you know that in the state of Delaware, Governor Carney, myself, and the team as Lieutenant Governor Hall-Long, you have my utmost continued support. So let's make sure to grow the list of families who are providing services, who are volunteering, who are stepping up. And today, a heartfelt hug virtually from me to the 2 remarkable families who are adopting the beautiful children. Thank you so much.
Lieutenant Governor Bethany Hall-Long, and now I'd like to introduce a member of her team, Jen Reaney, who will read the proclamation that was written for today.
Hi, good morning. It is an honor to be here on behalf of Governor Carney and Lieutenant Governor Hall-Long. This truly is one of her favorite days of the year, and I know she just sends her heartfelt thanks and congratulations to everyone. So, proclamation in observance of Adoption Month. I should have worn my higher shoes. Whereas in Delaware, approximately 548 children either live away from their home or are experiencing foster care. And whereas in Delaware so far this year, 61 children were placed with caring families able to provide the love, guidance, and support necessary to help them overcome adversity. And whereas the organizations and agencies that give support to the children waiting for adoptive parents and the families who open their homes to adopt are commendable. And whereas all children across the country and around the world deserve to grow up in a loving family. And whereas this month-long observance will be celebrated on November 23rd, 2024 in Delaware, the date designated as National Adoption Day throughout the country, to commemorate adoptions that were finalized in 2024. And whereas we are taking this opportunity to start conversations and engage youth in permanency efforts and come together to support the resilience of children and youth experiencing foster care. Now, therefore, we, John C. Carney, Governor, and Bethany A. Hall Long, Lieutenant Governor, do hereby declare November 2024 as Adoption Month in the state of Delaware and urge all citizens to celebrate adoption, honor families that grow through adoption, and focus attention on those children who live in the shadow of an uncertain future while they await permanent families. John C. Carney, Governor, and Bethany A. Hall Long, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you.
Once again, so happy just to have that support from the state for this special month and special day. And now I would like to introduce the Deputy Secretary of the Department of Services for Children, Youth, and their Families, Allison McGonigal.
Good morning. I'm honored to join you this morning to celebrate National Adoption Day in Delaware. It's exciting to know that we are joining over 400 communities across the country as we celebrate adoption and the finalization of adoption of children from foster care. It's not every day that we hear good news in child welfare, but today is definitely one of those days. Today is a day of joy and new beginnings, and today we join two amazing families, the Davis family and the Hayes family, as they finalize their adoptions and officially welcome these incredible children to their forever homes. Today wouldn't be possible without the strength, determination, and compassion shown by Jennifer, Christopher, and Alidra, as well as all their family and friends. I also want to recognize the hard work, dedication, and expertise of our caseworkers and community providers. These remarkable individuals work to make days like this a reality. They play an essential role in ensuring that children find safe, loving, and permanent homes, while also providing post-adoption support and services to the child and their adoptive parents. Please join me in thanking the caseworkers, legal professionals, and support staff for all they do and their commitment to children and families. I'd especially like to thank Judge Hurst and Judge Pyatt for your essential role in the process of bringing families together and for joining us on this Saturday morning. To the Davis family and the Hayes family, congratulations to you. Today we celebrate, and at this time of Thanksgiving, we recognize your willingness to give a child or two a chance to thrive. With your love and support, they are provided a world of new opportunity. Please know we are here to support you and ensure you have the resources and support that you need as you continue your journey as a family. On behalf of the Department of Services for Children, Youth, and their Families, thank you for your commitment to children and best wishes for a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm sure it will be a special one. Thanks.
All right, so now we get to the very exciting part of our day, which is our adoption finalizations. We are going to, we're trying to decide which children are ready for this particular part of our program. And we will start with the Davis family, if we're feeling ready for that. Okay, so we will have the Honorable Judge Eliza Hurst presiding over the ceremony, and the family will be joined by Kelly Enslin, an attorney representing the Office of the Child Advocate, and the family's CASA, Jen Falkowski. So we invite the family to come on up now, and we will get started. If we're feeling ready. For the pictures here.
All right. Give me 1 second. Hi, Rashawn. Hi. I got a hi, that counts. Do you want to have Isaac up here too, or no? Yeah. It's up to you. Before we get started, want to make sure that everyone's here. Can you all hear me okay? All right. I'm Judge Hurst. Hi, everyone. I love doing adoptions. They are so meaningful and special, so I want to thank you all for being here on this joyous day. Isaac, thanks for coming up. Is that a hamburger hat we got?
French fries, too.
Oh, French fries. I heard about both of your love of French fries. All right. We're here today to consider a petition for adoption filed by Jennifer and Christopher Davis to become the recognized and legal parents of Rashawn Amon Davis as their own child and to witness the official creation of this very special family. We also have some entertainment while we're going through this. For this adoption ceremony, you're welcome to take photos. I'll also invite the adoptive family and anyone else, because I know you've got quite the crowd here, to speak at the end if you want to. But to Mr. and Mrs. Davis, adoption bestows important rights, obligations, and lifelong relationships for a child. It provides social, emotional, and family kinship, which every child needs regardless of age, and it affirms the child's sense of belonging. Through adoption, Rashawn gains the security of permanently belonging to a family signified by shared identity and home. Rashawn also becomes part of an extended family, which I see here, of relatives and friends. And it's this shared love, care, mutual respect, and commitment to each other that ties the members of a family together forever. I will ask first the child attorney, do you support this petition for adoption?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. All right. And then I received this social report, so just as part of the formality, we have that as part of the record. So Jen and Chris, is that okay if I call you that? All right. I read your family profile, and it was extremely impressive. It's clear to me that you are loving and devoted to Rashawn. And clearly, you all need a lot of energy because of what you have here. And I'm guessing that some days your demanding jobs as first responders are less stressful and they're easier in comparison to parenting. Just a little bit. Today we're here to formally and legally recognize what you, Isaac, Rashawn, and I also read about Bailey, Parker, and George, have been for some time, a family. Children are given to parents, whether by birth or adoption, in trust to love them, to raise them, and to prepare them to be productive members of society. Families help children grow and take risks, encourage their curiosity, comfort them in difficult times, delight in their imagination, help them appreciate our incredible world, and show them how to have fun. Equally, children show us how to appreciate simple pleasures in life. They're refreshingly honest and forthright, and most significantly, help us to see what's important in life and what's not. By adopting Rashawn, you've given him the gift of a forever family. Rashawn had a tough start at the beginning of his life, but you both have forever changed his trajectory so that he can grow up healthy and nurtured. I want to thank you on behalf of Rashawn and this whole process for hanging in there, because it's not an easy process. It's a roller coaster. So to that end, Jen and Chris, do you accept the responsibility as parents to provide guidance, support, respect, encouragement, trust, understanding, and most importantly, love for Rashawn?
Yes. We do.
Excellent. And do you promise to provide food, clothing, shelter, health care, education, and protection necessary to ensure that Rashawn has a safe and nurturing environment in which to grow?
We do.
Yes.
All right. And Isaac and Rashawn, do you both promise to be good brothers to each other?
Yes.
We'll work on that one. All right. Before we finalize, I wanted to invite, if either of you want to say anything today, you have that option.
You're much more well-spoken than I am.
Do you want to say anything?
Hello, everyone. I just want to say thank you to Christina and Jen and everyone else. The classes have been the most helpful, and getting us prepared. And also thank you to my support group who has made this possible. Thank you.
We're not quite done. I'd also, if any of the family wants to say anything, you could just shout it out here, and or the casa. Okay, I'll stand on the side here.
Rashawn is the most funny, sweet, caring boy. He just lights up a room, and I'm so excited for him to be an official part of the family.
I'm grateful for Rashawn coming into our life. He's taught us a lot, and we've taught him a lot. And it's been so rewarding, even just over this very short period of time, watching him grow as a person, watching him develop his self-confidence, watching him develop his little personality into who he is as opposed to who he thought he was supposed to be. And he's just so much happier and so much more confident. He's exploring the world and having all these wonderful experiences and a lot of exploring, but we're just so blessed to have him in our life and in our house and in our family. And I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who supported us through this process. Anybody we could call 24 hours a day and be like, hey, we need to talk to somebody. And the children and families first, and everybody who was with us, thank you very much.
Hi. I have gotten to have the pleasure to get to know Rashawn over these past 6 months with Jen and Chris, and we have quite a village of a family, and he just fits in so well, and he is so delightful, and we are so excited that now we're going to get to see him grow up forever. He loves the girls and Isaac, and he is just so much fun and such a treat, and this is such a privilege to get to be here today.
Hi guys. I am not usually able to be in the role of CASA. Usually I'm the person that supervises the CASAs, but this was like an absolute treat for me. If I'm being totally honest, I fell in love with the Davis family the first time that I met them. The bond that they have with Rashawn was just from day one, just so natural, so evident. It's the most I've ever seen this kiddo smile. I'm glad you mentioned village, because clearly there is a village, and it does take a village, and I love the support that you have, and that you're not afraid to reach out for help, and your love is just so glaringly evident, after just minutes with you. So I'm really excited. This was the easiest job as a CASA that I've ever had, and congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now for the formal part. I've reviewed the petition in this case, and it meets all the statutory requirements. And after reviewing the evidence, by the power vested in me, I hereby grant Jennifer and Christopher Davis's petition for adoption. And from this day forward, Rashawn Amon Harris shall be known as Rashawn Amon Davis. Congratulations. You did it. And my only request is, can I get I'd love for you to get a picture, but can I get a picture with you?
Yeah.
And Rashawn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rashawn, come and take a picture with us, buddy.
And maybe Isaac, too. Yeah, if you don't mind. Wherever, I can go back there. If you want to. She's just going to come to you. Here first. Judge first, everybody.
right, so congratulations to the Davis family and thank you to Judge Hurst. So we are going to move on to our second, which is for the Hayes family, which will be presided over by the Honorable Judge Marty Pyatt, and we will also have the attorney for the case, Renee Duval, and anyone else on the team who would like to join. So come on up, guys, and Hayes family, come on up. Whoever from the Hayes family is going to come up.
Thank you. So one of the things I've learned about being in my role as a family court judge is that we have to be flexible. So it doesn't bother me having children not agree, do agree. It's all right. It's all there. I just want to say that the jobs that the attorneys, the social worker, the judges that we have is a difficult role most of the time. And I feel that the adoptions are the cherry that I get for doing the difficult work. And so I'm always happy to come and participate and hear an adoption. So with that being said, I want to introduce to you Ms. Hayes. And Ms. Hayes, I have to say right off the top, I was not your judge that handled most of your proceedings, but I have reviewed the file and I've reviewed the social report. And let me tell you that this lady is incredible. She's incredible because she has opened her heart and she's opened her home to many foster children. And of course, when Janelle and Corey came in, they stuck in that heart. And I almost, when I read this, thought, do I need a mental health exam? She wants to adopt a little girl when she's already raised and made through puberty in those teenage years, 3 girls, and you want to do it again? But I think her cherry is not also going to have Janelle, but to have Corey. And I hear boys are a little different. I only raised a daughter, but boys are a little different. So I will start off with Ms. Hayes. Ms. Hayes, can you tell me why I should grant this adoption? I'm going to have you probably come here so everybody can hear you.
Okay. The day that I got the phone call for these two, I went out to help the worker who came to my home bring the kids in. She was sitting in the car and she was crying, and my first thought was, reassure her everything's going to be okay. And I was excited because I've always wanted a boy. I've had numerous girls, and I was excited. But he was this little tiny somebody in the car seat, and I saw the car seat, but my focus was on her. And I'm like, it's going to be okay. And she was crying. I was able to bring her in, and introduce her to my kids, and we brought the baby up and sat him on the coffee table in his chair, and everybody was like focused on her. And I'm like, hey, we got a baby over here, And I unwrapped him, and he was the tiniest little thing, and yeah. I'm not overly religious, but I'm very spiritual. And the same voice that I heard the day I adopted her and the day I adopted her was the same voice I heard from God saying, these 2 children are staying with you. And all of them can attest to that because I told every last one of them at that point in time. And my whole focus was on making sure that these 2 children knew that they were loved and wanted, regardless of what they went through, the process that they went through. And I have dedicated and devoted my last 2 years plus to making sure that not only these 2 children were safe and loved, but all of my children knew that they were just getting an addition as far as the family is concerned. And I love these 2. I couldn't love them anymore if I birthed them. So.
I've often said that, taking your words, that if we put our children first in our society, there wouldn't be a need for Trenny and her department. I mean, we would, and that would be okay. We wouldn't be, it's okay. We could do without. And I'm so grateful that you were able. So I'm going to turn to your daughters that are here. And I'll start with Jasmine.
Let Jasmine tell her this is her baby.
Okay. So, Jasmine, can you come tell me why you want me to grant this adoption?
You want a juice box? Is that what you said? Can you just wait until we're done?
I think you should grant this adoption because these two kids, they're very loved. Very, extremely loved. Since they came into the house, they've been loved. And it's been such an honor watching Queen grow up and seeing her be able to spell her name and sing her ABCs, and I even got to be able to teach her some of that. And for Corey, that's my kid. When me and Corey are attached at the hip, it's like I birthed him. And I just feel like they are extremely loved. And they came from a really, really rough and unnecessary point of life. And it's just an honor seeing how well they've grown, how big Corey is, how smart Queen is. And it's just, yeah.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
I will add a little bit to that. She is at Del State. She's in her second year at Del State. This baby has been deemed the dorm baby. He's been up there so many times, and all of her peers and friends come. And he was just up there yesterday because he was sick from daycare, and she went and got him because I was at work. So, and she's like, well, do you want me to keep him? I'm like, no, I'm coming to get my son tonight. But her first year, she called Corey every single night on FaceTime, to the point where I'm like, we're sleeping, stop calling, you know. So, I mean, they definitely have a bond that's unbreakable. You know, it's either me or her and me, and sometimes he's like, I don't want you, Mom, I want Jazz. So, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. So.
Okay. Jalea. And I will say Jalea is in middle school, and she's going to be a middle sister now. So,
absolutely.
Can you tell me why you want me to grant this adoption?
I feel like you should grant this adoption because these two children, they improved a lot, and I feel like as a big sister, I'm really proud of how far they've come. I've spent a lot of time with Queen. I've seen her cry a lot of times, and I've comforted her, and I really love both of them. And Queen, she steals my makeup, but you know, I did the same to her. So you know, I can't wait to teach her more about makeup and just honestly just teach her what's right and from wrong. And Corey, that's my little peanut. He's literally just a ball of sunshine, and I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with them and teach them.
Thank you. Thank you. So now to the more formalities with this. I'm going to turn to the children's attorney. And can you tell why I should grant this adoption?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. My name's Renee DeVal. I've had the pleasure of serving as these two little ones' attorney for the last 2 years. And I worked alongside a very dedicated CASA, Loretta Catrone, who unfortunately could not be here due to a work obligation. But from my understanding, she's going to join the adoption party later on. And also with a CASA coordinator, Tahira Ayaz, who also could not make it. But they both send their congratulations and well wishes to the family. This adoption should certainly be granted because I've seen these children make leaps and bounds with regard to their health and their behaviors, and it's all because of the dedication of Ms. Hayes. I've worked along Ms. Hayes for the last 2 years on this case, but in other cases as well, and she has given her entire being to make sure that the kids in her care are taken care of, that they have everything that they need, not only physically, educationally, spiritually. She pours everything into all of the kids. She has come to every single hearing for all of her kids and provided so much information that could help them improve in their current situation, whenever possible could help them get back to their families. But as you can see here, when that was not possible, she was willing to step in and take over as their parents, and has done a phenomenal job at caring for the kids in her care. So whenever I'm in her presence, I feel the love that she has for these kids. I know that they're loved. I know that they'll be taken care of. And I can't think of anybody who could care for these children any better.
So adoption is a journey, and it's not always a well-paved journey. You feel like sometimes you're driving on a road that's filled with a lot of potholes. And I'm grateful that you did that journey and that you had the faith to know that you were going to get to the end. And I believe that anybody who goes through an adoption believes that there is some type of faith that they have to have in order to get through it. And I'm going to share a quick story. I have a daughter who was adopted, and it's one of those things that I forget she's adopted. And when she was young, I took her to the eye doctor, and it was an eye doctor that was a friend of mine. And she goes, I need her medical history. And I said, oh, okay. My grandmother had glaucoma, my mother had this. And she looks at me and she goes, not your medical history, hers. And I went, oh, that's right. So I hope that you will forget that these children are not of your...
It's already forgotten. They were mine when they walked in.
So in saying that, I have reviewed the documents, I've reviewed your file, and I find that the statutory requirements have been met. I am satisfied with your fitness, even the mental health part, okay. All right, that you have the ability to maintain, care for, educate, and promote these children's best interests, and that I should grant the adoption based on the evidence that I've heard today. And I will have Miss Janelle come forward, I am going to change your name from Queen to Janelle Monet Hayes. And I am going to change your name from Corell Kevin Bailey to Corey James Gregory Maurice Hayes. And now you are legally a family, and you can celebrate as a family. So,
and he's named after my two uncles that are over there, Gregory and Maurice.
My daughter has 5 names.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to have them send you your documents because I realized they didn't make a copy for the file. Okay. And I don't know that there's a copy of here. Okay. So I'm going to show you the documents that show that it's real. Okay. And you're going to get the originals. Okay. And copy. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to send them a judge yours back up to me. All right. Congratulations. Thank you so much. You know, your family and girls, I know you weren't expecting to come. Sorry. All right. From the heart. Thank you so much. And you're beautiful. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations again to the Hayes family, and thank you to Judge Pyatt. This is always one of my favorite days, so we're really happy that you are all here to be a part of it with us. So now I'm going to introduce Trenny Parker again for some closing remarks. So thank you, Trenny.
Can I just tell you that little dude, Corey, has eyelashes that any of us in this room, oh my gosh, his eyelashes are beautiful. Oh, so I have been doing child welfare work for 28 years. I was an adoption worker for a period of time, and I've done a couple of different things around here. And I've been fortunate enough to be the director of this agency for 6 years. And I can tell you, I have never been to one of these days where I have not cried while I have been here. Today was no different, even though this morning I said to myself, you're not going to cry, you're going to be strong, you're going to do it. But I just can't help not doing it, because it's such an exciting thing to see when our community comes around our children. It really is so important to make sure that children are safe and loved, because one day Janelle and Corey and Rashawn are going to be leading us. They're going to be, our community leaders. They're going to be taking care of things. They're going to be, hey, they may be taking care of us, so we really need to build them up, right? So, coming to this day, so much work happens. And I don't mean just about pulling together this event, although this event is awesome. And I do want to take the opportunity to thank Celeste and Lauren for their hard work, and for the IACOA team. They take on this work in addition to all of the other things that they do working in child welfare. We have a lot of things that we do that might not necessarily be within our technical job description, so I thank them for doing that. To those in the room who are a part of the adoption community, I thank you for supporting our families, for making sure that everyone is okay, for taking time out of your Saturday to be here with us to celebrate the new families. We have members of the court system, Judge Pyatt and Judge Hurst. Thank you both for being here today. For the attorneys from the Office of the Child Advocate, and the staff from the Office of the Child Advocate, and from the Division of Family Services who are here, I can't thank you all enough. Thank you all very much. This morning while I was getting ready, I did what some of us mature people in the room do, and I went on Facebook. And I noticed that our communications director, Karen Smith, where is Karen? Karen's in the back of the room, had created a post to celebrate National Adoption Day. And Mara, our adoption program manager, had shared it. And so, of course, I did the same thing, because we want to get the word out about adoption. And one of the things that I said is that caring is not something that we do just on special days. It's a year-round value that we all need to possess. Caring for one another, caring for those who are in the room, caring for your neighbors, caring for children is so important, and each of you have that caring in your heart. That's why you're here. So I want to thank all of you for being here. Thank you for making National Adoption Day and National Adoption Month for 2024 a success. I hope to see many of you back in this room next year and in the years moving forward. And I am just thankful to be a part of this, and I thank you all for being here today. So please enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful holiday season and a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you all so much.